Greetings in the Lord. In trying to grow spiritually, an awareness of our own sinfulness is no obstacle. In fact, in a strange kind of a way, it's almost a requirement. Let me explain. When we hear that word sin, a lot of times we tend to have a very negative reaction because we associate it with a lot of guilt. But when you go back to the New Testament and take a look at that word, you see that it simply means missing the mark. And who of us does not miss the mark? All of nature is constantly missing the mark. There's no such thing as a perfect day or a perfect flower or a perfect bridge. Look at this beautiful old bridge that we have here. It's charred and it's crooked and it has lovers' initials carved into it. But yet there's still kind of a beauty about it. And it's the same with people. There's no such thing as the perfect person. There's no such thing as someone who doesn't have any kind of flaws at all. When we're aware of this, this keeps us humble and it helps us avoid any kind of spiritual inflation. The one group of people that didn't get this straight were the Pharisees. The Pharisees were not bad people. They were just self-righteous. St. Paul himself was a Pharisee. But the Pharisees made the mistake of thinking that they had it all together and other people did not. They were great at pointing the finger at other people, but they found it very difficult to own their own brokenness. This is based on the mistaken notion that somehow we must earn our salvation. That's the Pharisaical mentality. That way of thinking, of course, is very reasonable. It's very American. The only thing is, it doesn't really jive with the notion of God's forgiveness that Jesus came to give us all. Jesus lets us know that salvation is a gift. It is given not because we have it all together, but despite the fact that all of us in one way or the other are broken. That's the reason that the discovery of God's love for us is always such an amazingly graceful truth. It would kind of be like going to an airport to buy your airline ticket, and you go up to the counter and you find out that the person ahead of you already paid for your airline ticket. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't seem fair. But yet that is the way God's love is for all of us. The discovery of His great love in our hearts for us unconditionally is the pearl of great price. And the beautiful thing is that we don't have to put that pearl there. We only have to uncover it. However, this is the difficult thing. In order for us to get in touch with our own inner beauty, first of all, we have to face our own brokenness. As they say, the truth will set you free. But first of all, it'll make you miserable. And that's why we have to go through the very difficult job of taking a look at ourselves exactly as we are. We have to do what Carl Jung spoke about when he spoke about accepting one's own shadow. In our Catholic tradition, we have a marvelous way of dealing with this in the sacrament of reconciliation. There we have the psychologically safe space in which we can face our own brokenness and yet break through to a sense of our own inner beauty. It is there in the context of God's love that we discover the fact that we are broken, but we also discover the fact that there are springs of living water deep inside ourselves that we have not put there. It is just simply God's gift to us in Christ. It is Jesus then, through the church, that helps all of us discover the inner beauty that is already there within us all.